The path of the righteous man is beset on both sides by the tyranny and the iniquity of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. So pretty basic stuff here. We got Supreme Commander Forged Alliance and really good players. This is 3599. I think the clear interpretation of that previous verse is that currently the real-time strategy scene is beset on all sides by the iniquities of evil men who shove garbage down people's throats and they eat it up. And it's really up to people who have seen the light, who have seen a real-time strategy game to let people know, because there is no marketing for Supreme Commander. So it's really up to people who enjoy this to let other people know, and to really find all the lost children playing StarCraft, playing LOL. Not saying those games are bad, but they're pretty much garbage compared to this, and I know there are some people still confused and don't agree, but that's their problem, and it's up to others to help them out. You know, help your friends, help all the lost sheep. And I guess with that, we'll look at this game. We got Le Pen versus Mega, Aeon versus UEF. Should be a good matchup. Mega, when he plays middle, he usually does something crazy. You can see 2 engineers, 2 scouts. So with Aeon, he can go in water, plus an Aurora going around. There's a Celine coming in from Le Pen. There's a little bit of radar, but much later than Mega. You can see in terms of the score, Le Pen built a lot more at his base. You can still see it's just basically a Hydra in the factory for Mega. And looks like some help here from Chlorgas, who's going second air with Cyber, and he's got to get the island. He's taking on Killer 652, an extremely good player, French player. Not the best killer, but the second best. And here we also have Zondak versus Bomber, 2 very experienced players. Bomber, haven't seen him much lately, but he was one of those players who was not a SimCity player, and one of those Seton's players who left, and haven't seen him on Forged Alliance forever, but a very aggressive player, fun to watch. Here we got Le Pen and Mega going for all the mass, and looks like Mega has already lost. Looks like that engineer from Le Pen was taken out. But a Celine gets very important kills there, kills off the engineer from Mega. So both players losing the NG, so just the ACUs are going to be sucking the mass. And Aurora here could probably move in. Maybe try to kill a few of these engineers, but it's just sitting still. Appears the killer is going to challenge for the island. It's 4:30, that's quite late, but it's an engineer drop. You might be hoping that Captain Chlorgas is going to be late. Chlorgas drops off engineers. Of course, Chlorgas currently playing, he's mostly ranked. A very good player. Zondak takes his island. No pressure from Bomber yet, but Bomber, a quick navy. So perhaps a naval rush from Bomber. Yeah, a player like Bomber will be much more difficult on Forged Alliance forever than 3599 with Bomber's tactics. Here comes a drop from Killer. It looks like he realized that there's much interceptors here. He's going to try to avoid them. He's going to do a different path. Doesn't look like there's inties from Chlorgas. So much. Also Bomber. So Killer very late. Now Killer drop off these engineers, 2 of them. He's going to start a factory. In the middle, looks like all the mass is reclaimed. We can look at the numbers. 9,000 for Mega. Le Pen has got about 5,400. So that's a huge difference. Mega got a lot more. And a Bomber, it seems, from Zon. That's a nice bomb there, killing 3 engineers, attacking Megatron. And a quick navy, plus a little bit of anti-air. Good stuff here from Killer. Also dropped off a couple engineers, but good defense with a gesture from Chlorgas. Very nice to see Cyber on Cyber battles. All these different weapons and not too much SimCity. Mega's still picking up a little bit of mass that's left over. Le Pen going straight for an upgrade. Looks like he's going Tech 2. And an early Tech 1 sub moving in the direction of Zon. He's just getting his build capacity situated, but has a whole bunch of factories planned. And here we got, it looks like already a frigate. It's going to be denying Chlorgas any passage to the water. Jesters versus Tech 1 onto air. That's not a really good matchup for Jesters, but with numbers, they should be able to kill it, and they do. So air domination from Chlorgas over this factory. A submarine and a frigate are made. However, here comes a drop from Chlor. Of course, we didn't introduce Mize and Smurf Hunter here. Both very good Seton's air players, or in general. So drop from Chlorgas. He's just got to reclaim this or capture it. He's going to just quickly reclaim it. Good work from Chlorgas, eliminating that Navy. A nice gift from Killer. Killer in the water at his base. Meanwhile, the two ACUs fighting each other. It looks like Tech 2 from Le Pen. Mega with nothing runs into the water. Mega has a wall and a couple tanks versus Le Pen. He's got Tech 2 in a massive force. So we'll see if Mega can survive this. Meanwhile, Mega is going for Tech to air with some mercies. So he's thinking about killing Le Pen here. Meanwhile, Mega has to run away. There's a torpedo launcher attacking him. Massive air, Tech 1 air from Chlorgas. And a drop, successful drop from Megatron. He gets a point defense, but good defense from Le Pen. Really, killed the point defense and the engineers. Good stuff. Here's the aggression from Bomber versus Zon. Denying this factory. This factory actually does get to Tech 2, but it's already halfway in itself. Torpedo launcher from Zon deck. He's got to finish that. And Le Pen here, looks like that Mercy will be shot. This was a bug back then. Well, actually it's not. There are some positions you can drop off the Mercy that can get shot when they're on the ground. Here comes a cruiser from Bomber and a bunch of Jesters. A whole bunch of Jesters up top, and looks like a successful drop from Chlorgas. Those are the 6 NGs who reclaim the factory. Point defense factories and total air control. So Killer may be in a little bit of trouble here. He does have a factory, needs to get some arty. But now multiple factories for Chlorgas. 8 kills already on the point defense, plus Jesters coming in. So this is an excellent, a solid drop plus Jesters. These are units he used for defense. He turns them into offense right away. Bombers coming in now from Killer. He's going to try to take out these engineers. Successfully does so. That was very important bombers. Let me see. Smurf Hunter going into the middle. He's going to try to help Le Pen. And Mega is going to make it back on dry land, protected by some cruisers. A massive drop here. 5 transports, 5 Tech 1 transports from Le Pen. Looking at Bomber here. An air fight. Looks like a few ASFs here thrown away by Smurf Hunter, but he's going to try to lead Mize away from these drops so you can see what he's thinking. So Mize, if he follows, he's going to expose. But looks like it has been spotted. Here's a very important radar here from Bomber. Mize will come back. Good reaction to this drop. We'll take care of the problem. That's all about that radar. You get that early warning. Meanwhile, it looks like a total disaster for Killer. Smurf Hunter coming in with Tech 2 bombers. Meanwhile, the ASF for Smurf Hunter busy doing other things. He is not helping his ally. Massive losses all over the place. You see 4 Tech 2 bombers, 1 pass, 1 kill on the mask extractor. Great stuff from Chlorgas. The ASF not doing a good job. Also gunships now from Mega. Mega has really neglected land. He's just been teching and making Tech 2 air. Just getting some upgrades. Looks like he's getting resource allocation. Very unorthodox, but we got a big navy now coming in from bomber cruisers with stealth and torpedo bombers. We do see Zon does have some submarines of his own. He built his Tech 2 navy right here by the island, but he needs some air support. Tech 2 bombers from Chlorgas, non-stop attack. And these 2 factories still alive, coming in, have a chance to kill off another Tech 2 mask extractor. It's a Killer under very big pressure. One thing to note though, Chlorgas absolutely no navy. Could get him in trouble. There is already Tech 2 navy from Killer, and here comes the ACU from Smurf Hunter. He might be coming in to try to solve this problem. And here we got the Tech 2 submarines versus cruisers, and this can be a victory for Zon. Gunships from Mega trying to help. But of course Tech 2 submarines should be able to get this kill. And a destroyer, however, from Bomber, so Bomber in very good shape. Subs might not survive. That was a very important kill on that cruiser. And great aggression here from Mega helping out his ally. Now you can see Smurf has solved the problem, killed that factories from Chlorgas. Now Chlorgas got to get something going with the Navy, otherwise he's in huge trouble. He's making Tech 2 bombers just in case. Tech 2 ships are coming, and they're definitely coming. Meanwhile, Zahn is desperately trying to stay in the water. He's facing a whole bunch of Tech 2 ships from Bomber. You can see Mega helping Bomber out. It's a great teamwork from Mega. Haven't seen too much from Le Pen. He's just been teching most of this one. He has a whole bunch of power, Tech 3 mass extractors. Should have a very good economy. But really, Zahn and huge problems for Zahn. Killer, even though he got attacked quite hard, does have a navy, but not much eco probably. Here's a drop, multiple Tech 2 transports from Mega. Mize is going to try to protect from Smurf Hunter's ASF. This actually, yeah, looks like transports are going to die, but that was nice for Mize, because Mize got some really nice shots against Smurf Hunter there. This is really how you want to start a fight, when the other ASF player is trying to do something else and you catch him out of position. And Mize makes Smurf Hunter pay the fight. Great teamwork between Mega and Mize. Really a huge victory. It's a much bigger victory than could have been achieved by that drop. Very good stuff. 17 kill destroyer there from Killer. But without air control, Cybern very much exposed against Tech 2 bombers. So Chlorgas, even though he does not have, well, he actually did build a navy now. He has Tech 3 sonar plus some destroyers coming up. But pretty brutal against Killer. And another air battle. Mize being aggressive, moving in directly at Smurf Hunter, and he's going to deny any more ASF production. So Smurf Hunter now has to make Tech 3 anti-air or flak or something. Meanwhile, total domination by Bomber. Smurf tried to get into the water, but that's not going to work. And this is why we're missing players like Bomber, who just didn't care. He came in very hard. You can see he's just starting to put mass extractors here. Mass storage around his mass extractors at minute 20. He's got only Tech 2, no Tech 3s. He's mostly been making a navy that's been killing. And the navy here, this is interesting for Cybern. You can do this since these can walk on the land, but of course it's going to take a little while. The Pen needs to make an experimental or something to put pressure on the other side, otherwise he just has a huge economy and not much else. He's trying to make ASF. Definitely a good idea. But that ASF is not surviving for very long. Some Tech 3 anti-air now from Le Pen. A couple strat bombs right there would have been very nice. Of course, this is all exposed against this navy from Bomber as well. And Chlorgas now coming in with a navy of his own. Big support from his air. Killer making torpedo launchers. Buy himself a little more time. And it's really up to Le Pen to turn this game. And Le Pen is now under assault from Navy and needs to get shields. A couple strat bombers try to make it through, got killed very quickly. No flying over Le Pen's base. Some strat bombers now coming in. That was a dead strat bomber. And those strat bombers from Mize not very effective. Bombers, Navy rolling in. There are some destroyers here from Zondek, so a naval battle on land. That's only possible with Cybern. Successful drop from Mega, but looks like Zahn was able to save a few units here in the back, but he's not paying attention. Killer's still surviving, but Mai is absolutely brutal with his air. And that's what you gotta do. When you capture air, you gotta be aggressive with it and use it. Torpedo bombers from Mize. Not really sure why he's using that. Maybe thinking about sniping the ACU. The ACU is not in that pond. There is an ACU here, however. He might be thinking about hitting Smurf Hunter. Le Pen now working on chicken under fire. Should be able to get that very quickly. But under fire from two different directions. Of course, getting past those walls might be a bit of an issue. A spider started. This is great stuff from Mega. Getting the build capacity over there. And he's actually sacrificing a couple of these Aeon engineers. So it's an ability. Aeon engies can sacrifice their mass immediately. So if you have enough engineers, that way you basically get the mass from engie transferred to the spider. And you can see how quickly that was built. If you have engies sitting around doing nothing, might as well sacrifice them. Le Pen almost done with the chicken. Of course, there's going to be a spider plus a navy countering that. He's on working on a megalith. That's really all he can do. He also has a soothsayer, so he sees just how bad his situation is. Another drop coming in from Mega here, minute 24. Killer surviving. And now some ASF from Smurf Hunter. Mize might to come in and try to... there's a bunch of torpedo bombers. I think they've been spotted now, and he is definitely going after Smurf Hunter's ACU Smurf for running out of the water. And yeah, he just made it in time. That would have killed him for sure. Mize is going to try to save those. Those are quite expensive. He's going to go after this factory. Definitely. Oh, that actually looks like quite a few of those missed. And the spider now from Mega rolling in. Looks like a chicken from Le Pen was doing funny things. Spider attacks and now he's going to retreat. Not really sure why that chicken was moving backwards. Torpedo bombers are trying to run away and survive. Mize continues to dominate air. Smurf Hunter getting hit, looks like by some regular Strat bombers. Yeah, there are some more Strat bombers rolling in. Not taking the best route. Yeah, this is why people stand by that mountain. It acts as a nice barrier. 2 bombs, spider versus chicken. This chicken is going to win. But you can see this Navy from bomber absolutely brutal. Up on top, killer still surviving. More Strat bombers from Mize, and another spider now from Mega walking on land here. It's minute 26. Already minute 26, we've seen a number of experimentals. Of course, Zon might be able to get that megalith up. He really needs it against the spider. Trying to get mass from all the different sources, reclaiming factories. Will be very close. It looks like he should be able to get it finished unless yeah, Zon runs away. Strat bombers coming in now from Mize. There's a lot of Tech 3 anti-air here, and of course bombers don't get to fly more than one pass. So Smurf Hunter keeps on surviving. And here the megalith is built just in time. Will kill the spider. So survival mode, and they're doing quite a good job. Also a nuclear sub here from bomber. Let's see if that actually gets to fire. Gunships from Mize moving in. So Smurf Hunter is still alive and gets under a shield. Killer's still alive as well and does have a navy. Zon is got a megalith, but not much more. Air fight continues. Mize continues to dominate. Zondak actually under fire from gunships. But of course, so much Tech 3 anti-air here, you don't want to fly here for too long. Zondak gets hit by some bombers as well. And Tech 2 snipe. Zon gets a shield. Will survive. Survival mode continues for a couple Strat bombers. Zon gets 2 shields. That's a lot of mass that was just given from the air. And here's the naval fight. It'll be very difficult for Killer. He's got excellent... wow. A donut from Megalith. I did not see that. But he has just completed a donut, and that's going to really end the game for Le Pen. You can see how that looks. Independence Day. There goes Le Pen. That actually almost died. Survives with 2 kills. Looks like with the assistance of Mega is making Tech 3 torpedo bombers. Killer is in quite a bit of trouble. all this has now been given over to Killer. So now Killer has a very good economy because Le Pen had a huge eco. Killer going with Tech 3 torpedo launchers, try to protect against this Navy. And he just might pull it off if he can get a couple of those up. He already has one. Of course, Harms. Haven't seen those in a long time. Harms, excellent units. They basically make a no-go zone in the water. They do have the range of one of these destroyers, but underwater, and the whole thing is underwater, so you can't shoot it except with torpedoes. Also, splash damage from battleships works too. You can see Zondak still in survival mode. Bombs falling on his head. And a nuke. Oh yeah, a nuke from a nuclear sub. Let's see where that goes. That's gonna go at Killer. Killer is gonna run. Killer just gets out in time. That's one of the good reasons to use these, because the path is so short, less chance to run away. Killer has no more naval production, so Micro won't save him anymore. See 196 kills there with one shot. The donut looks like it's repaired. Now moving in toward Zon. Zon trying to get another megalith up. Zon, there's nothing he can do now. And Mega gets yet another kill. Strat bombers from Mize going after Smurf. And actually Mize beginning to... Okay, this donut's gonna go toward... And of course, once again, we get the sink. It's people not leaving the right way. The donut is not gonna survive. Nice chunk of mass for Smurf. And it actually seems Mize has lost air for the first time in this game. He has a huge drop planned. It would be tragic to see that lost. But of course now Smurf Hunter and Killer. Killer, even after being nuked, trying to survive. A couple of these Harms are still alive. And it looks like a chicken here from a Killer is dead, but preventing a few of these ships from getting close. Harms is finally destroyed. Yet another. This one is. It's just Tech 3 anti-air. So 35 minutes survival mode. Smurf under a couple of Tech 3 shields is still alive. Plenty of mass. And yet another donut from Megalith. This one's for Killer. Megalith playing extremely well, this one. Good aggression, yet another nuke. Where is this nuke coming from? Yeah, this nuke is from Mize. This Killer gets killed by a donut. Third player to be killed by a donut. And a nuke coming toward Smurf. Here, minute 35, 36. So it's a race between a nuke and a donut to kill Smurf. The donut drops and with a splash kills Smurf Hunter. The nuke follows up right away. Looks like it was a kill from Mega. So Mega kills all 4 players. Hopefully people enjoy this one. It was definitely a great fight, and actually a massive drop here coming in from Mize as well.